A lot of people out there feel powerless and they feel alone and that they don't have anywhere to turn. So many people in pain.
I thought the world would be better off without me, and I thought it was the only way to end my pain.
It doesn't matter who you are or where you're from, you can have a mental health crisis. You don't have to do it alone, and there is help.
Join our journey toward hope. News 8's Healing Hearts and Minds, a conversation with Carlo Cecchetto.
Mental illness is incredibly common. 1 in 5 will experience it. 20% of them will live with a serious mental health condition. It's everywhere. You can't ignore it. And living with it can be incredibly difficult. But it doesn't have to be that way. I'm Carlo Cecchetto. Let's talk about healing hearts and minds here in San Diego. I want to introduce you to some individuals who have survived their own mental health crises but now thrive, and to some organizations who are committed to helping people get better.
I turned through the stop sign.
To start, Luke Maxwell,
Halfway hoping that someone would hit me coming this direction.
a young man who survived the deepest despair to be a messenger of hope.
So you used to live here?
Yeah, so I actually lived that white fence all the way down there with the pepper trees.
Luke isn't exactly nostalgic right now.
So I drove out from my home, came down the road, came down here, and I didn't really know where I was going. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I was in kind of I was just in a panic.
He's talking about the day his life changed forever.
In that moment, I thought, this is how I'm going to end it.
Luke tried to kill himself by driving head-on into an SUV on this Temecula road.
Just wanting to die, not wanting to make a statement, not wanting to, hurt people.
He was 16.
I thought the world would be better off without me, and I thought it was the only way to end my pain. I can't believe I'm alive right now.
In 2017, the most recent year for data, 457 people in San Diego committed suicide. The rate was among the highest since 1995. Nationally, suicide is the 10th leading killer. It's much more prominent in adults, but it hits teens too. Luke got lucky in more ways than one.
When we met, I didn't really know what to do or what to say. I was 16 years old and still overcoming clinical depression. And so I just gave him a hug and I said, I'm so sorry. All he did was say that's all I wanted to hear.
That miracle of survival and forgiveness helped set the stage for Luke's recovery from his attempted suicide. He was also diagnosed with depression, treated for it, and learned to deal with it. He and his parents didn't understand that he was suffering from a mental illness.
We didn't know that, he's isolating himself. Maybe that's not healthy. Maybe we should look at that and talk to him. I didn't know what was happening. I thought I was just a miserable person, and I was terrible. It was awful.
90% of teens who die from suicide in the U.S. have an underlying mental illness. And Luke and his parents aren't unique when it comes to missing the signs of depression. It's hard to tell the difference between a typical teen with all their emotions and mood swings and one who is dealing with a serious mental health issue.
Consistency and severity is one thing to look for. It's not just isolating yourself in your room, it's spending all of their free time in their room alone.
With a clear understanding of the problem, Luke started his redemption mission with a video he made with his brother.
My goal was to save one life, and I thought, I'll be good, I'll be done. That's all I need to do, right?
He created a website, youcan'tbeerased.com, to help people out. It tells his story, from depression to suicide, from surviving to redemption.
It was really difficult for me to accept what I had done. It definitely is a journey, and there's not a day, of course, that goes by that I wish it didn't happen. I wish that none of this had happened. But the thing that keeps me going, the reason I think that I am able to forgive myself is seeing the good that has happened out of this.
It was a miracle I survived.
And imagine giving them hope.
Luke now speaks in front of thousands of people in schools every year.
I'm standing here sharing my story, giving you this information, giving you me.
He knows it's saving lives because of stories like the one a principal told him the day after one of his presentations.
One of our seniors came to us and said that she was planning to kill herself in the next couple weeks before graduation. Because she heard your talk, she went straight to the counselor's office, talked to them, talked to her parents, and now she's getting help. And I want you to tell them that they matter.
For parents who are even a little concerned, he urges them to take action. You can start with the 2 checklists on his website, one for the teen and one for the parents, so they can compare results. It's just one way to help teens off the path of despair.
What I always tell parents who have lost their children to suicide is that I didn't want to die. I wanted to live a happy, fulfilling life, but I believed that I couldn't.
Luke knows that's a lie now and is living his truth.
I'll never be able to undo anything. But what I can do is make something good out of the bad.
I'm just trying to turn around and get back.
Up next, why homeless doesn't have to mean hopeless. One woman's journey off the streets and how she's bringing others with her.